Dorian was like any other morning. Comes about, I don't know, about 7:30 maybe. The eye comes over, we take the kids, we go running on the porch.
Before we know it, you can hear that water just ripping through the woods. I mean, just coming. And it started coming up. About 30 minutes later, it was inside the house, about 27 inches.
There was a 7-foot storm surge on the whole island, and inside of our house, it was over knee deep.
Our minds kind of were shocked at the moment. You know, we're like, oh my God, we didn't see this coming. So, but at the same time, we knew we had to take the kids upstairs and get them, you know, keep them dry. So we took them out to the upstairs room, and then we realized, you know, all our stuff was floating around, our wash machine and dryer and freezer, they were all floating and flip over, and we just like went upstairs and like, okay, this is it, we just stay here.
Our house had never been flooded. It was built in 1952 by my stepdad's dad. And this is the house that he grew up in. He was in here with us when it started flooding in here, and it was just heartbreaking.
The Outer Banks Community Foundation is a public charity, and we work to connect people who care with causes that matter. We manage charitable funds for the Outer Banks, so that's all of Dare County plus Ocracoke plus the Currituck beaches, so that includes Corolla and Corova. Two of the funds that we have that have been so active lately are disaster relief funds, and one is for Dare County and one is for Ocracoke. Dorian was a historic storm for Ocracoke. It was really the first major storm to hit that community since about 1944, so I'm told. 40% of families were displaced. 40% of the community lost their homes. They lost their possessions, they lost their homes, and the economy was completely shut down, so people lost their income and their jobs. Over 6,000 people contributed to help storm victims after Hurricane Dorian. And that was across the Outer Banks, across North Carolina, but even across the country. People contributed generators, contributed food, contributed supplies and blankets and clothes. But people also contributed financially, which gave us the flexibility to help families with whatever they needed. We raised over $1.5 million for Hurricane Dorian victims. Most of that for Ocracoke, because that was where most of the damage was, but also $300,000 for Dare County. We're also working with families in Ocracoke to elevate homes. The idea is that now the floodwaters can be underneath these buildings, and hopefully those families will experience fewer losses when the next storm hits. We're trying to rebuild our community to be more resilient.
The Outer Banks Community Foundation helped us so much. I mean, we basically had to redo our whole house, you know. And also, they also helped so many other families that we know, you know. It wasn't just us, it was the whole island and everything, man. We could not thank them enough, and everybody else who, you know, join in and donate to the island, because we had help from everywhere, you know.
I believe without the Outer Banks Community Foundation, all of Ocracoke would still be struggling. They helped out everybody. In a small way or a big way, they helped everybody.
We have made a tangible difference for 350 families living in Ocracoke and Hatteras Island and across Dare County. When it seemed like all hope was lost and you've lost everything, to know that thousands of people are behind you and contributing and helping you rebuild, I think that's a wonderful feeling. And I just want to thank everybody who gave towards that. We have made a real difference in the lives of our neighbors in helping them rebuild their homes and rebuild their lives.